It's bread time. I am making double recipe. We have 8 cups of flour, and in this we have to remove 1 cup. Then we have to add 1.5 cups of water and make into a slurry. Then we have to cook this slurry in the pan until it gets thickened and no lumps are present. We have to keep stirring so it won't scorch in the pan until we get the right consistency. And this is what I'm talking about. It's thick now, and we have to do this constantly stirring it. It won't scorch, and we will have a pasty look of the slurry. Next, after we have the paste, we have to set it aside and let it cool. This is how it should look. This is how it should look. Oh. Next, we have to get into our 8 cups of flour. We have to prepare the ingredients. So we have 2 tablespoons of yeast. Instant yeast is very good. Then we have to add 3 cups of evaporated milk. And we have to warm this 110 degrees. Mix it into the yeast. Make sure it's not very hot, because if your milk is hot, the yeast will die. It will not grow anymore. Then set it aside. Next, we have to add 1/2 cup of granulated sugar, but the rest of it we have to put a little bit on the yeast. It is a food for the yeast, and 2 teaspoons of salt onto the flour. Then we have to measure our lard. If you don't have lard, you can use cooking oil. So we have to set aside 1/2 cup. Next, we have to mix the ingredients. Put the lard into the bowl with flour. Then 2 eggs, 2 whole eggs. And mix. Once the eggs are mixed in the flour, pour the yeast and milk mixture. Time to add the slurry that we made into a paste. This is what they call the water dough. Actually, this technique of bread making has been there for a while, but it was not very popular in bread making. So this time we will use it. Then you have to add your mixed yeast and milk mixture until everything is incorporated in the flour mixture. You can do this too on the countertop or on your bigger bowl. My bowl is a little bit small, so it looks crowded, overflowing, but it will work out. Let's clear the countertop so we can knead our dough very well. Time to knead the dough, so we have to put it on the countertop. This is expected of our dough. It's very soft, so we have to add a little bit of the flour when we work on it so it won't stick into the countertop and onto our hands. We have to continue kneading the dough until everything gets together and very smooth. It really sticks onto the countertop, so we have to put some flour, and it looks very sticky, so we need a little help from our bench scraper that brings our dough together. Slamming the dough is also one of the techniques in making our dough very smooth. Now, can you see the difference? Our dough is getting smooth now. Our dough looks good now, and I think this is about ready for us to put in a container with oil and let it rise for an hour or two, or until it gets double in size. Now it's time to cover the dough and let it rise until it's double in size. Dough is now ready, so we have to get rid of the gases and work. See, it's beautiful, pretty, very manageable now. Yes, it's like pillow. Next, to make our bread uniform in size, we have to weigh each ball. So it depends on how big you want your bread, so you have to weigh it like so. Today I will be making two kinds of bread. The 24 pieces will be like a bun with coconut inside. It's a candied coconut inside. So whatever you want to put in your bun, it depends on you. You can put cheese, cream cheese, or candied fruits. You can do that too. Whatever you want to fill in it. You can put also like ground meat, and everything will just work out right. Now I'm done with the 24 pieces. I'm working on a small pan of bread now. I call this the dinner roll. So this is it. And to make this uniform in size, I have also to weigh the 10 pieces. So this is like 43 grams of each ball. Then you have to make it like this. Then when you're done making your balls, you prepare your breadcrumbs and roll it onto the breadcrumbs and put it on a pan. Remember to butter your pan so your breads won't stick. So each ball will be dipped into the breadcrumbs. So this is how it would look like. Then we have to cover and let it rise on a place where there is no air. Then while it's rising, we have to work on another kind of bread. This is a bun filled with coconut candied coconut, or whatever kind of filling you want to put in it, that would work. I want to make sure all the bubbles in my dough are gone, so I'm using the rolling pin. And while I'm working on the other breads, so whatever I have finished will have time to rise. So when I'm done with the rest, I have to go back again to the first ones that I have made into a bowl and then fill it with the candied coconut. Line your pan with a parchment paper so when you cook, it won't stick onto the pan, and for easy cleanup as well. So it's time to fill this dough with coconut candy or candied coconut. And then you have to seal the bottom, pinch it, and make it into a ball. Secure the bottom. Until you finish the whole thing. Now we are done with the 24 pieces. We have to brush with an egg wash. So our egg wash would be 1 egg and a tablespoon or 2 of the milk, or you can also use water. Brush each of them so when you cook it, it will be shiny. When done, we have to set it aside and let it rise. And back to the first bread we made, it had risen, so it goes into the oven until it looks like this when cooked. So it's like 30 minutes on 375 degrees, but it depends sometimes on your oven, so you have to watch out. After 20 minutes, check until you get this color. Pretty. And our buns are also cooked, so 375 for 30 minutes. Beautiful. Yes, ready to go. We have to bring them to the party. It's so nice. You can do this in your business too. Our first bread, look, it looks so fluffy and soft. It had cooled down for 2 hours and look, it's spongy. Beautiful. Next is our marble cake. We have 1.5 cups of all-purpose flour and 1.5 teaspoon of the baking powder. Cream 1 stick of softened butter. Use the electric hand mixer or by hand. And 1 cup of granulated sugar will be added little by little. Add 2 whole eggs, one at a time. Once creamy, add your flour alternately with 1/2 cup of evaporated milk. Add a teaspoon of vanilla. When everything is mixed, remove 1 cup from the mixture and put it on the other bowl, and add 1 tablespoon of dark chocolate and mix. Line your pan with a parchment paper and spray it with oil so it won't stick. And this is what I'm talking about. Bake it in the oven 375 degrees for 20 to 30 minutes and until it looks like this. And this is what I'm talking about. Perfect. Time to invert our cake. Voila, perfect. Let's try. Beautiful, very soft. Wow.
Beautiful.
Wow, very soft. Try making it. It's good.
Very fluffy.
Thank you for watching. See you next time. Bye.